Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2020. This is episode number 9. Continue on with the journey. I don't know if there was any comments regarding what players to go after last time, because I am recording this back-to-back with the previous episode. So if there were comments regarding that, I'm sorry that I missed them. The draft will be done before there was any chance for that feedback. Now, continuing on here, I have added in a few more invites to our pre-draft workouts. We're halfway through them. We had 18 in all. We have now used 9. A couple of the ones that I just added in, Kyle Royton and Troy Phillips, both small forwards, of course. Main position I need to fill. I have no small forwards on the roster going forward. I am willing to take a shooting guard or a power forward instead, but I have the depth necessary at every position right now except small forward. So I am looking primarily at bringing in potentially 2 small forwards. I have the 3rd pick and the 17th pick before then picking theoretically at the 17th again in the 2nd round. I think I still have that pick left. My goodness, it's hard to know where exactly I am in that. Let's see. Trade players. Yeah, 2nd round pick. So we still have our 2nd round pick, our pick, the 31st. Now, I wouldn't mind combining this down, but again, we are a bit thin. We've got 3 centers, we've got 3 power forwards, so we've got plenty of depth there. Shooting guard, point guard, 2 apiece. So that is definitely one area where I could still use. And in terms of the overall, we've got a starter at each of those positions, and we've got a decent backup at each of those positions. So in that sense, going forward, we're already looking okay. Cap status right now, looking really bad, but they're still counting numbers that don't exist any longer, which is a little strange that is going on. But I won't worry about that right now. What I will worry about, though, is who to use for these last 9 invites. Looking at their rankings, there's a lot of 1-star guys that just are not rated. Lots of them. The high potential ones, you can see, is a pretty small list. We're really already down to it here. And how our staff, like Tarkanian, I think is going to be a good one at shooting guard. Let's go ahead and add him to the list. That last pick, I might be willing to just trade away. But like I said, I could use a shooting guard or something. It depends on if pretty much any of these guys are left. If it's just a 2-star potential remaining, we might trade that pick out. We've got an outside shooter in Ledbetter. I do only have 2 point guards, so also not the end of the world if we do end up inviting one of them to the workout. Not looking for a center, though. Corey Lewis, maybe. Deion Johnson, definitely not. 1-star of 3. Well, we have him rated 1 of 2. Derek Dodd will pass. Josh McDyess, here's another one. High potential down the road. This could be a 2nd round pick for us. It looks like we're seeing him as decent. And then Kevin Richardson, the last one there. We still have 4 left after that. Let's look at our evaluations and see who's left. Derek Dodd, Carlton Herr. We're definitely not going to draft either of those guys. Now we've got James Rowe, Ball State, small forward, high potential but low quality right now. there you go. Combine results. Okay, so who got the job done at the combine? Hamilton Tinsley. He's got a shot on him. Shot better than anybody else. What was his college stats? 1 star. Okay, what about this guy? We have not looked at him. We got 3 invites remaining. It's not like we're dealing with a massive thing here. Let's go with best vertical. All centers. But there's Corey Nolan stepping in. Got him as a 2-star kind of guy. Let's get him to an invite. We did find one this way. Let's go back to these ratings for a second here. Let's see. Hare is a top pick, and I do have a weakness at center in Deadman. I suppose if somebody like this were available second round, we might as well, right? Right, that's what I thought. And we were missing just one, Derek Dodd. Okay, so at this point we're working out all of those top players. Might as well with 2 picks that high up the draft. I mean, guaranteed. There's got to be one of them left by the time we get down to 17. Plus, we have every reason to believe that we're either going to get Walker, Jepson, or Gundar. Well, guaranteed. We'll get one of those 3 right off the bat. Now, our draft board right now just has the 4 players. I need to start adding some more to this. I think I can reorder it later. Our staff has worked out some additional guys that we think have 4-star potential. Welsh Taylor, Matt Hawkins, Jeff Garrett, Kevin Richardson, and then we get down to our 3-star guys. Danny Jackson, we already got him. That's our 4th guy. Jeff Garrett might be a good next choice. The mock draft has, let's see, Rob Smith, Welsh Taylor, there's Richardson, and then James Rowe, and then there's Garrett. They have Richardson above 4-star potential, according to us. There's James Rowe. Why do they have him rated so high? Don't understand. Smith and Taylor are the other ones. Do I even have Smith on my board? I don't, do I? I can see why Taylor's up there. Yeah. Who's this Rob Smith? I didn't even pick him up at all. Oh, they've got Roy in 10th. Above Nolan. Troy Phillips. Is he even in the first round? Yeah, they've got him 22nd. Okay, so Troy Phillips. Let's get him onto our draft board. Okay, we're going to run our workouts. We have 0 invites remaining. Let's see what happens when we run these. Hopefully I can still mess with my draft board after. Wouldn't make much sense not to be able to do that, but it looks like we are onto the college draft, so we'll see if that's still an option. 2020 NBA Draft. The big day has arrived. I hope you are prepared for the draft. Click the advance button to head to the war room. You can also click the workouts button below to get one last look there and reorganize your big board. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Just a note, once the draft is started, it cannot be stopped. You have access to all the tools you need in the war room to draft. But be sure you're ready to run the draft before advancing. There's also a free agency evaluation. Let's come back to that message in a second. We have put together a report of the top free agents. We hope it will be helpful in decision making for the draft. DeMarcus Cousins. Needs cap space. Brandon Ingram. Okay, money is a top priority. He's still going to want to get paid. Even though he doesn't have to be a starter, we can offer him the chance to start. From what we've heard, he's looking to play with better talent than what we have. That's what all these top guys are saying. Whiteside, Harrell, Ibaka, Gallinari. Is there anybody who wants to play? Oh, here you go. This is first one where there's something a little bit different. It's done. What we've heard, he doesn't have to start. That's good because we've got his spot covered. Okay, that's different. All right, well, the only one on that list that we might target would be Brandon Ingram. But free agency-wise, does not look like the place we're going to find our answer. It's here in the draft. Let's see those workouts. Okay, still orders the same. Aha, there it is. Kevin Richardson, 5-star. Okay, we have just 10 guys on the board right now, and I'd like to see those that we worked out, because that's obviously where I'm going to get my top positions. Can I reorder this? No. Oh, I can. Right? Okay, I just did. I swapped those guys around. Jeff Garrett. Well, okay. Then let me do... Walker, Jepson, Gundar, Jackson at the moment. Jeff Garrett. Okay, Jeff Garrett is supposed to be up there. I don't think he was... I think it was Phillips that I swapped around. There we go. Alright, now. These guys are all going to end up on the board, the ones that I looked at least potentially. But in what order? Nolan's already on the board. Tarkanian. He's going to go on the board, but lower. Probably above Hawkins. But Hawkins, that drive percentage is wonderful. Okay, so we still have those three. James Rowe, I think, is going to be at the bottom of my list. Philip Sweeter got out there. Derek Dodd doesn't need to be very high either. He might be the second lowest. Dice is still missing from that list, right? And so is Walker. No, Walker's first. Garrett's up there. Richardson's up there. So McDice and Dodd, the only ones from the top end of the list. The rest of them are all right here. Carlton Herr could be a real option too. But let's go with Tarkanian. And Hawkins. And actually, Hawkins might go above. And then we're going to have to look at these guys a little more closely here in a little bit. Okay. Her. Ledbetter. Okay, McDice. Dodd. And Rowe. Now, let's look at the key individuals. Walker. Scoring. Great scorer. Very balanced otherwise. Very good work ethic. Jepson. I like the stealing and passing being a little bit higher. But as a point guard, a little bit off for us. But how is Gundar? That's the big question, is it? Scoring's good. Passing, handling are good. Rebounding's good. Defense, A. Bob Gundar. He might be my first pick. But they're saying overall 3.5 stars. Loved him. Great shooter. Very adept shooter. Has range. 3-point free throw shooting showed significant improvement last year. Sees the floor well and is a capable passer in the half court. Crashes the board strong. Good defender. Is effective in the full court press, using his leaping ability to tip passes. Has great anticipation and basketball understanding. An extraordinary athlete. There are few as athletic as him. Forces shots. Tries to do too much with the ball sometimes. Okay. The one negative on him. Danny Jackson. But that rating definitely had him below the other guys. Another good defender. But some things that are just not there. Kevin Richardson. Well, hello, Richardson. 5-star. But what's so great about him? Scouted ratings. I think I need to put Richardson above Jackson, though. Jackson just is flawed. Jeff Garrett. Another one coming in at 5 stars. And look at the scouted ratings. Got to move up Garrett, too. I think Jackson might be a bit overhyped. Another good one for Welsh Taylor, but there's some weaknesses here. Passing, handling. He is a center, of course. Given he needs to go above Jackson. I'm just not big on Jackson at this point. Royton and even Gundar I'm worrying about a little bit. 3-star, good defense. Nolan, just 2.5-star, but does have good defense. Phillips, 3-star, rated a little higher. Not a great scorer, but I don't need everyone to be a scorer. I'll have to jump straight up for rebounds instead of boxing out. Fumbles a lot of passes. But is Phillips above Nolan? Nolan. Drive rate's only 2 percentage points. Phillips. Oh, where am I looking? 6'10". There we go. That was Tarkanian I was looking at. Still only 7%. I think I'm going to put Phillips above Nolan. Okay, Hawkins. Ooh, that is balanced. That is balanced, but streaky. Canadian. Her. Carlton Her. Blocking A. I like that. I would like it better if it was also defense A. Ledbetter. Handling is an A for him. Louis. 4 stars. Good defense. Lots of high ratings. Okay, he's got to move up. Louis is going to go above Ledbetter. He's going to go above her. Darkanian. Let's go above Hawkins, Nolan, Phillips too. What about Royton? Back to Royton for a second. Above Royton. And Jackson. Jackson's, sliding down that board a bit. Okay, McDyess, Dodd, and Rowe are the last ones. They like McDyess, but I don't like his defense. Dodd. It's balanced, but not great. And Rowe. James Rowe. They like him. They do. So we'll keep him at the bottom of the board. Okay, I think my board is ready. The one I'm nervous about is Gundar. Because they've got a good report on him, but they don't have a great report. But the scouted ratings are pretty dang good. So I think we'll take our chances. There's a very, very good chance that we do end up with Gundar. And the mock draft does have him going third. Now, the one surprise here is Rob Smith, who I haven't really seen around anywhere. Yeah, I don't see him. I do not see Rob Smith. So why would he go so high? All right, well, let's do it. On to the draft. To electrify a city, one player. Revive a franchise. To build a dynasty. Wait. What's going on? What the heck is going on? Okay. Whew. I thought you were, looks like you are drafting already. I sure hope that's not the case. I certainly want to do the draft. No. That's still just intro. Yeah, there we go. That was just the intro. Okay. Scared me there for a second. I know there is an auto draft. I don't want to auto draft. Alright, here we go. Trade offers are possible, and I know we're going to have some sort of time. I don't want to trade up. I mean, I'm happy with that third pick. If one of those two superstars are left, they don't take either of them, I'll take him. I might as well. And then we adjust our lineup accordingly. So T-Wolves on the clock with the first pick. 32-50 last season. Open war room, offer trade, viewing show. Okay. 4.5 minutes. It looks like they're going to use the full time coming in. We're going to get a little commentary through best player or Biggest need. That's exactly where we're caught up with. Best player or biggest need. I will speed through picks once we get going, but not for these first three. These first three are pretty huge. Gundar, best small forward available. There's Rob Smith again. Marquis Smith, best center. So 3.5 minutes to go. It looks like it's going to tick all the way through. Can I don't want the CPU to make my pick. I know CPU finish would go straight through. Can I get you to pick just one? There it is. Okay. So they're going to take Jepsen. Jepsen right off the bat, first pick. So he's out of there. So they did go for one of the two best options. And that now puts the Hornets on the clock. Got Garrett. Walker's still available, so they went for the point guard. Walker's the one that I would have rather have had. So we're looking at Walker or Gundar with our pick. And Garrett's gone. So both of the two guards have been picked up. So looks like we're down to Gundar. Jepsen, Garrett. Right? Let's open the war room. Oh no, Walker's still available. That was Garrett, the 5th pick. Walker is still available. Walker is still available. Sorry. I thought for sure, I was like, no. They picked Garrett was the 5th guy on our board. Right? Yeah, we're looking at our board. Our number 1, Jake Walker, still available at pick number 3, the shooting guard out of Arizona. It's going to change our positions a little bit. We're going to play a little bit smaller, but at 6'7", he's not that small. He's got a decent amount of size, so he might actually be the one. There you go. So Jake Walker. Scoring. Passing's not great, but he's balanced otherwise. Got to take the best available in that situation. A 3-star, 4-star potential guy. We will definitely take a small forward with the next pick that we have. So that's going to put Wizards on the clock. They're going to take Kevin Richardson. Gundar drops to 5th. There's Hawkins, Louis. These are my guys all on the board now. Welsh Taylor. James Rowe goes to the Blazers early. Oof. They're going to be hurt by that pick. Derek Dodd. Kyle Royton going a little bit earlier than I expected. And we have a trade. Michael Porter Jr. to the T-Wolves. And that's it. Just straight player swap, huh? That was Rob Smith. Tarkanian. Let's go ahead and go to the war room for a moment. Now, off my board, top 7 are all gone. Danny Jackson still available. Phillips and Nolan are still available. It looks like I will be taking one of those 3 in that upcoming pick. McDyess apparently is the best one. Colton Harris still available too. There's Phillips. There's Jackson. Oh, Nolan's way down here. They've got Nolan a bit lower than these other guys. Alright. On the mock draft, yeah, Jackson's the best one with Nolan. There's McDyess. There's Ledbetter. And we're on the 15th pick, so 2 away from us. Butler goes. That doesn't hurt us. And Danny Jackson. Okay, so Danny Jackson has been picked up. I saw from my board, right? He just didn't look as good as others thought. So going back into the war room, Corey Nolan. Is the highest there. But Troy Phillips also available. So we're looking at either Phillips or Nolan. Clear choice. It's going to be down to these 2, Phillips or Nolan. Or do we take yet another? Where's Nolan even hiding? Three-star B on defense and stealing. Not a great scorer, but could see very good work ethic. Coaches loved him. Looks like the kind of kid who will reach potential. Mid-range shooters, not a fan of that. But gets to the line well. Guard on the perimeter and in the post. Questionable hands. A little iffy. Turn to the player list. They've got Nolan down a bit here. Yes, they do. So it looks like McDyess or Phillips, and I think I really need to go with Phillips because we desperately need to get a small forward. So Troy Phillips it is. So we take the small forward out of St. John's. And there you go. First round done for us. Let's go ahead and skip forward to... Well, let's see how long it takes for these other guys to go. Nick Campbell. There's Colton Herr. Ledbetter. Moy. There's McDyess. There's Nolan. Gilbert. Okay, now we're definitely starting to get into some unknowns. What just happened? Oh, that was our previous pick? Yeah, there you go, Suns. No, that was the 31st pick. I just did my other pick. I don't agree with me either. I just did my second round pick. I don't even know who I picked. Oh, man. I thought we still had a ways to go until we were up. Well, in that case, let's see what I can even do. What did we just do? What did we just do? Who did I just take? Was it Chris Williams? Must have been Chris Williams. It is. There's our 3 picks. So we picked up Chris Williams, 1 star overall. Well, dang it. I should have just done the next human pick a while ago. My bad. My bad. It doesn't tell you the pick number around anywhere on this screen. So without seeing it here, you don't know where you're at unless you're looking way down at the bottom of the screen. Next time, I'll do that. Gosh, did I even have anything left on my draft board? No. 100% of them were gone. So that pick wasn't anything to me, but I would have liked to have traded. I mean, they still have, like, Antonio Harper. I could have taken Harper. Not that I know anything about him. But I at least could have had another small forward. That's about 1 star guys left. And Forbes, who we were apparently big on. There's Harper. Back-to-back Ducks. A few more trades going. Just a few picks to go. And with the last pick, Talaboa out of North Carolina. Well, I definitely made a mistake on that one, but the key point was that my board was completely empty by the end on that one. When we picked up Chris Williams, we did only have 2 point guards on the roster, so I get it, but I still only have 1 small forward on the roster now with Troy Phillips. So Phillips comes in rated at 1.5 stars currently. But Jake Walker comes in immediately at 2.5 stars, and I will look to start him, not Barnes. Barnes will be our 6th man. And looking at the size of the two, it's hard to say whether Hield or Walker would move to small forward and get the start there, but I'm assuming I would move Walker. In terms of height, that's Walker. In terms of weight, that's Hield. Oh, 4.5 star potential. What? Okay, so apparently we're coming out a little shy of that 3 star current at 2.5. But we're at 4.5 on the potential. I like that. I like that a lot. Inside shooting is pretty good. Outside shooting is excellent. Already a good free throw shooter, but not great. Scoring, though, it's going to take him a little while. He's a 65 of 94, so he can be a 30-point per night kind of guy in the NBA after he develops a little bit. Passing, not great. Ball handling's mediocre. Rebounding's defensive ability certainly leaves a little bit to be desired. But that's not terrible, considering he can become a great scorer. He'll get some steals. Does not draw fouls terribly well, just a 16 there. And even discipline is not that great. But we'll get him in straight away as a rookie and trade him. Again, as I'm in the first couple seasons of this, I care far more about getting playing time to the young guys, developing for the future. So even like Bull getting minutes over Dedmon, that could be a thing. Rashawn Holmes, we already know what he's got. Bull doesn't have a ton of potential, but we'll give him a chance to progress. Troy Phillips, apparently just 2 stars on the potential there. It's a little disappointing. Yeah, we've got him already most of the way developed. It's not great. And the random one, Chris Williams. Okay, 1 star out of 1 star. How did I mess that one up? Easy. You worry about how slow you're going, and you're like, okay, we need to speed things up. Keep things moving. That's what happens when you're filming for YouTube. We do have free agency years on a lot of guys. Chris Williams, not signed yet. But Phillips as a first rounder already. In terms of cap status, they're still showing me being way below cap status. And the team salary being at $150 million. But you add this up and we're nowhere near $150 million. So a little confused by that, but actually here we are again, not showing anything. Unrestricted free agents. Okay, they're still counting these against me. I gotcha. Okay. Torrey Craig would be maybe the one and only that would be looking to hang on to. Williams, of course, hasn't signed yet. Okay, that's why they're counting all that crazy money against us. Henson, Dellavedova, I'm definitely not re-signing them. Farrell, not re-signing. Beasley's the one. Qualifying offer is 5.4. So do we want to re-sign Beasley for depth, basically at small forward, that I don't have right now? Contract decisions. First thing you should do is go to your team roster page to renounce contracts. The amount of salary you renounce now can affect whether or not your team qualifies for the salary cap exceptions in free agency. So it is recommended you renounce the contracts you plan on renouncing now rather than later. Today is also the deadline to pick up any currently available team options, and the day you must decide whether or not to make qualifying offers to your restricted free agents. For more information on any of these topics, okay, I also need to deal with rookie contracts for any first rounders you just drafted, they are automatically signed, but second round picks are not. So you'll have until the end of free agency to sign them. You also may have players eligible to have rookie options picked up. First round picks have a third and fourth year team option that you must exercise by September 30th following their first and second years. All right. Well, we'll start off with that with the next episode, but we are just about ready to get into our summer league. There's a lot more to do in the offseason than I expected. But it's good. I like it. I really like how they've broken this game down. I'm used to the college basketball and the college football games in particular. And I expected there to not be a lot to do on here. And in a way, that's the case, but in a way, there's actually plenty to do. Especially as you can make trades, something not available in the college game, even if they don't necessarily work. That's also a good thing. If it were that easy to just swap. Oh, look, I went from a G League quality player, but I traded everybody on the roster a couple times and ended up with LeBron James out of that G League player initially. Some games you can do that. So I'm glad that's not here. Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks for tuning in on Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button if the first two picks anyway turned out your way. I don't think I'm going to be signing our other second round pick. It does not look like it's worth our time, and that was a bit of a waste. I'm really starting to see how second round picks, not a big deal, and they are easy trade bait. I can see why the NBA trades those around so often. It's rare to get much out of the second round these days. It happens though, but that draft class was pretty thin outside of number about 15 or so. And of course at 17, we were kind of outside that number because even Phillips, not great. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.